For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Psalms 139, verses 13 and 14. One Tech player came back from the 1929 Rose Bowl with more than a national championship. He wound up with a bear. Halfback Jack Stumpy Thompson was honorable mention All-America in 1928. He was a key part of the build-up for the game in California. His picture, staring dreamily into movie star Alice White's eyes, graced all the Atlanta papers. The movie star business was all just window dressing. Tomlinson later said, "The truth was Coach Alec wouldn't let us walk past the sidewalk outside the hotel. Talk about regimentation. We had it." After the game, which Tech won 8-7, fullback Roy Father Lumpkin turned pro and tried to take Thomason with him. Thomason considered the idea but then decided against it for two reasons. He wanted to get a degree, and he had another mouth to feed. The mouth belonged to Bruin, a young brown bear given to the team by an Atlanta businessman in honor of the win over the California Bears. Thomason took on the chore of caring for Bruin. That care included writing about Atlanta together and supplying Bruin with one of his favorite dietary staples, Coca-Cola. George Griffin, Tech's dean of students, said Bruin was at least as smart as most Tech students, with all of the vices of modern youth. Bruin resided under the east stands of Grant Field, often roaming the campus and raiding the trash cans of nearby homes. Atlanta police officers frequently received calls about the bear. They would coax Bruin into the back of their squad cars and escort him back to the Tech campus. Eventually, Bruin grew up, and his size made him something of a threat rather than a fun-filled nuisance, so Thomason donated him to the Buffalo, New York Zoo. Animals such as Bruin elicit our awe and our respect. Nothing enlivens a trip more than glimpsing turkeys or deer in the wild. Admit it, you go along with the kids' trip to the zoo because you think it's a cool place too. All the variety of life is mind-boggling. Who could conceive of a walrus, a moose, or a bear? Whose imagination could possibly be that rich? But the next time you're at a Tech game, take a minute to look around at the parade of faces that is all around you. Who could come up with the idea for all those different people? For that matter, who can conceive of you? You are unique, a masterpiece who will never be duplicated. The master creator, God Almighty, is behind it all. He thought of you and brought you into being. If you had a manufacturer's label, it might say, "Lovingly handmade in heaven by number one God." That's just Stumpy's bear. Leave him alone and he'll go home. Atlanta police officer answering a call about a bear on the back porch. You may consider some painting a work of art, but the real masterpiece is you.